Hi, I'm Del Hungerford with Healing Frequencies Music, directly from my studio in beautiful North Idaho. This video is specifically to talk to you about the Frequency Immersion Sound Baths. And that seems like it's kind of a crazy name, but a sound bath is literally bathing yourself in sound. And a lot of people are used to going to a conference or going someplace and someone will place some metal bowls on them, which we call that vibrational sound therapy. Or you can go to a sound bath where people will have such instruments as you see behind me, crystal bowls. A lot of them will use gongs, cymbals, and you'll see I have some koshi chimes up here, and I have a bunch of other bells and other chimes in various places around here. I have it set up so that I can do sound baths from home. And people might think, huh? How can you do a sound bath when I'm not there? Very easy. It's called record. And that may sound crazy, but I find that when I record sound baths for people and send it to them, number one, you can listen to it whenever you want, how often you want to listen to it, et cetera, et cetera. So you're getting a repeated, recurring experience as you listen to that sound bath over and over. Now, some people will put them on big speakers where they've got this awesome subwoofer going, which is what I have in the living room up in the house. I have a subwoofer coming on, and there's certain songs, it'll shake the house, and the cats are looking around like this. And they're like, dude, what music is playing? And the same thing can be the case with sound baths. And often people find that the recorded version, if not, it's often better than the original one because they can be closer to the sound. They're going to hear more things in that and feel more things than they did in the original one. People listen to them with headsets as well. There's a variety of ways that you can do it. One of the things that I do with the sound baths, people will choose the bowls that feel good to them. So if you go onto the website, and I'll put a link below this video showing you how that you can choose your own bowls for your own sound bath. And you choose as many bowls that feel good to you at that moment, because our bodies change constantly. It's not always going to respond the same way. So I liken it to if you go to the doctor and he gives you a prescription for something, and he says, take this for so many days, 3 times a day. A sound bath to me is the same thing, because you're taking your intent, you're partnering with the music, and together they create the energy that's needed to do a thing. So the more that you put waves of that intent with the music into your system, the more of an effect it's going to have. And not that one-time sound baths aren't good. I think they are. But wouldn't it be awesome to have that so you can listen to it whenever you want? And that is the purpose for me recording them. So you choose your own bowls. Then at that time, I will look at those bowls and I'm like, she chose or he chose those notes. Then I will add some other things to it. And then as I am creating that sound bath, I'm listening to what musical intervals am I playing? What notes am I playing the most of? And I've spent several years researching the properties of musical notes and how they affect people, as well as the effects of musical intervals. Believe it or not, there is a science, and psychologists use this with musical intervals. Now, I've looked all that up, that information, and some of it I'm like, yeah. And I've done some of my own research and found some interesting things. So depending on what intervals I play and depending on what notes I use a lot, do I play a lot of rhythm, things where I'm using groups of 5s or groups of 4s? And I have a whole chart of stuff that once I'm done, I will write down my thoughts. I will look at what you've said, put all that together, and then create some, depending on what terminology you're used to, either what I call affirmations or decrees and declarations, that as you are listening to this sound bath, you can be choosing one of those declarations, and you can be saying that and speaking it into your entire being every time you listen to it. And I tend to send anywhere between 10 and 11 of them so that you can choose which ones feel good to you that day. It's going to change because your mood is going to change. Your body chemistry is going to change. So that's why I don't just send one. And it gives you the opportunity as the participant, because you participate in the sound bath by saying, Del, will you create this sound bath for me? I'm like, yes, this is what I'm sensing, hearing, feeling based on the notes that you chose, based on all of these things. And I take all that, put it together, and then send you a nice recording along with these things that you say and speak over yourself until you feel that your body's ready to move on to something else. And that really is, I call it a prescription for healing. And it's just one way that you can bring healing into your system. Now, people are saying, well, what if I want to learn how to do this? I have the answer for you to that one too. I have what's called a Frequency Immersion Practitioner Training Program. And I'm in the process of training 3 people in my method in doing this. And it's 3 modules. And what I will do is put a link to it in the below the video, so that you can read about being a frequency immersion practitioner. One of the things I'm finding out is if we're dealing with a lot of chaos in ourselves and, oh, I don't think I can do this, and I really suck at this, and I'm not sure I'm a good enough musician. We have all these things where we're really doubting ourselves. That whole first module is to help you find your personal identity. And the interesting thing is people who take this frequency immersion practitioner training course, they're all different musically. I have one person who's really great percussionist, and so all this stuff is wonderful. Another one who is a really good singer, and so she adds that piece to it. And another one who plays the harp. And she's going to be adding a lot of things as far as playing the harp into her sound baths. So everybody is going to do it slightly different, which is the beauty of giving a sound bath, because you're going to use the gifts that are inherent within you to bring and present healing to those people who come to you, because you've worked on areas in your life to get rid of some of the chaos that we all carry at points. And as we work through those, that gives us a degree of being able to help other people through their situations as well. So I encourage you that if you'd like to learn more about sound baths, the link to order one is below, as well as if you want to become a frequency immersion practitioner, that link is below here as well. So I look forward to creating a sound bath just for you, or a member of a family, your family or friend. But if you're going to gift it to someone, they still have to choose the bowls. So if you decide that you want to do that, you can pay for it. Then send them the links and they can choose the bowls, and we'll meet up and figure out how we're going to get it to them. Anyway, thank you for visiting Healing Frequencies Music, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video.